Hey everybody, it's Darrell. We're doing something a little different here today, but welcome to the Back 40 broadcast. We're actually broadcasting this, um, which we usually did earlier on YouTube Live. We're doing it on Facebook Live today because some people have said, Darrell, those broadcasts that you're doing on YouTube Live that people can see when they go to the live stream part of your Back 40 webpage are awesome. Maybe you want to put that out on Facebook Live. So we're doing things differently. See, here in the Back 40, we try things and keep experimenting. That's what the Back 40 is about. So welcome if you're seeing us for the first time in our Back 40 broadcast here on Facebook Live. If you are here right now, would you put a comment below and say hi or send a heart or something like that? Let me know that you're here. And if you're seeing this later, we're going to be posting this actually on our blog. And so if you're seeing this later, there's also a comment section down below where it says grab your top 10 tips. There's a comment section. So we'd love to hear from you. And just welcome. We're here every week on Wednesday giving you a nugget or a nudge to support you in creating your second half of life as your best half of life. Frank Sinatra sings that the best is yet to come, and babe, won't it be fine? And we have a personal conviction here in the Back 40 that you have yet to do what you came here to do. I have yet to do what I came here to do. That in this second half, there's actually a bigger game yet to be played. And that's what empowers us, and that's what all of our work and programs and blogs, everything is about, is the mindset shift. As we get into our 40s, 50s, and 60s, the mindset shift required, hey, Valerie, how are you? Good to see you. Hi. Thanks for coming by. You must be on lunch, so I'm glad I caught you at a good time. And so here's the deal. So what we want to talk about today is an idea of stepping back. Now, that's a dicey term, okay? Because a lot of the natural inclination, I think, when we get into our 40s, 50s, and 60s, is to not risk, to not, start trying new things. And if you have a comment about this, if you're watching, please send your comment in. I'd love to hear but a lot of times it's like, we've got through 40, 50 years and we kind of know who we are and we know what we're comfortable with, and we know our comfort zones. And so there's a tendency to not risk, to not stretch, to not, really play big games. Like this whole idea that your next half is your best half and that your big game is yet to be played. Sometimes that's like, ooh, I don't know. It's kind of gotten comfortable where I am here. But the point being is if you're empowered by that idea, that your big game is still yet to be played, it's going to be getting you outside your comfort zone. And so the tendency is when we try new things or start moving forward, let's say we're going to finally write that book. Or let's say we've gotten to the point where, okay, I'm going to make a career change, even at this age. And by the way, exactly. So I'm going to actually put your comment up because I can do that, Valerie. So Valerie is actually one of the people in our community who've been engaging in this whole idea of the Back 40 and what it is to play a big game. And I loved what you said there, Valerie. You said it's uncomfortable. And see, what's interesting, though, is that you're talking about the kind of stepping back that my blog is about today, that my newsletter went out about, because it's not stepping back into the comfortable, which is a lot of times what happens as we get into our second half is we want to go back to what's comfortable and not risk. What you're talking about, Valerie, in stepping back is stepping back and taking a look at the bigger picture. And actually not retreating at all from the big game to be played, but stepping away from the machine. And I won't go all into your particular machine, Valerie, but a lot of us have been in a machine, and we've been in the same job for 25 years, 30 years. We've been in the same relationship. I'm not saying go change your relationship. I'm just saying that we can get kind of comfortable and staying in the same thing and kind of get into a routine and not really take the time to look at, is it really working? Is this working, this routine that I'm in? Is there something beyond this? Is there something bigger to be played beyond this? And so today's topic is about a healthy backstep. And in any, nice choreography, there's going to be some backsteps, right? And so we want to be thinking as we move into our second half, what we say is a second half of play, passion, and purpose, is that it may require some stepping back to look at the bigger picture. And that can be even disconcerting in and of itself, because routine is very comfortable. Routine is just keep doing the same thing. I mean, we do it in business a lot. I watch myself sometimes, in our work around the back 40, is this, we're doing the same thing over and over and over again. Is it working? Do we want to try something different? And again, routine, habit is comfy. And yet, whether it be our relationships, whether it be our, the way we're living our life, the pace at which we're living our life, whether it be our career, our business, our health, finances, is it working? So let's talk a little bit about a healthy backstep today. And I have three questions that I think is worth asking, that are worth asking, to look to see if it's important for us to take that back step. Number one, when you look at the way things are going right now, and again, you look at, your career, if you're loving what you're doing and it's your fullest self-expression, good for you. That still doesn't mean that you don't maybe take a step back to look at, okay, well, what's beyond this? Because so many of us are guilty of working in our jobs versus, in our business versus on our business. And if you don't know that distinction, in other words, we can be really busy and we can be doing a lot of things, but are we taking the big step back? So if you love your career, awesome, but a big step back would say, nothing's guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed. Is it smart maybe for me to be looking beyond the busyness of each day? And that definitely goes for our businesses, where we can be working in our business versus on our business, stepping back. Are these things that we're doing working? Are we going the right direction? Same thing with relationships. I talked about being in a relationship for 25 years. That's awesome in today's world, to be with someone 25, 30, 40 years. And especially if it's got the life and the vitality and the joy and the passion. Now, again, you can say, well, Darrell, come on. After 25 years, after 30 years, you let go of those things. I don't wanna, and I don't think anybody should wanna. And so I think there's some resignation that also happens when we just get used to the habit. So question is, first question to ask if it's time to take a healthy backstep is what we're doing sustainable? Is this, can this go on? The way it's going. Things start to break after a while, especially when the machine's been turned on high the whole time. Alexandra and I are kind of explorers in this whole idea of the back 40 and with our relationship. And, we, a month ago, took a halt and we said, you know what, this pace is not going to be sustainable. And so we took a weekend off and we really did that step back and we looked to see, hey, what are the factors? What are the pieces? What has to be in place to have this be an ongoing, sustainable life that we're saying is possible. And you know what? We're the pioneers of this. We're saying that the second half is going to be the best half, and therefore we're going to live it. So anyhow, that's a question. Just with all areas of life, or the pace at which you're going, is this sustainable? Number two, if you have some questions about that, then is it reframable? So a lot of times when we do like start to hit the brakes a little bit or something, or we think, oh, I should maybe question these habits and see, what's really working. There's this, idea that it'll be upset the cart too much. That by questioning this, it's going to upset things. So it's better to just keep going. But you know what? If something major happened in your day, all bets are off. We think we have this routine and that, everything is going to keep going the way it does. But, if your partner says, you know what, I'm out of here, or if you all of a sudden have a health issue, everything is reframable. What's really important? And then the third question is it unchainable? So, again, we can think that this routine has to continue, or that this is just the way things are. But I got to tell you, when the big things do happen, everything can be unchained from. And so, what are we talking about today? We're just talking about like, hey, whether it be business, whether it be our relationships, whether it be, our direction, stepping back from the machine, actually being able to look at the bigger picture. And you can see more about this today. I wrote an entire blog about this if you go to the back40flyers.com. So back40flyers.com, you'll see this video along with the entire blog that I wrote about this. And I just want to encourage everyone, where is it? Make sure if you haven't, and if you are seeing this on our blog, grab your top 10 tips below for a radical second half. And if you're seeing this on Facebook Live, make sure you grab your top 10 tips by going to bit.ly/BF top 10. And we'll be here again next week, wishing you a radical week, and step back. And they say you take one step back, you take two forward. Have a radical week.